Oh, my audio is broken again.
More pleased to have the bag than you.
Oh, yes, in the picture. He was currently screaming because I had just gotten home, and the first thing I did was open the gift. Like, to the point I didn't wait. I, like, put all my stuff down in my room, grabbed the scissors, and went to the bathroom, and cut it open while I was in there. Then came in here. And then opened it, so that was his. You're home. Pet me. Why are you not petting me? I've been here all day.
I'm so stoked. I have my new voice changer.
Oh.
And even better, some of them come with dramatic noise.
Oh, no.
I also
so
got...
interesting.
It's gonna be fun. I'm having so much fun. I also got a stream deck. So that
nice.
I can adjust everything on the fly. The only thing that's kind of unfortunate is that I have a bunch of scene transitions, but they're only for my Streamlabs OBS and not for normal OBS. But I don't like how normal OBS, like, I can't use the alt function to talk through the stream and everything. So, yeah, so it's just like, some days I use OBS, other days I use Streamlabs. But I only have 15 buttons. I don't have enough buttons for 2. Oh yeah, I also have a sensor beep. You can't hear it, but it's on the stream.
Every time Alex talks, just hold it down. Like that time, a 18-wheeler nearly ran me off the road, and so I followed him for 2 exits laying on my horn nonstop. There was a solid 15 minutes where all either of us could hear was my horn. So just do that.
I wonder if I can program it where I can also just mute everything when I hit the button, so that I can just interrupt you and just replace it with the sound. It would be great for anyone. I'm happy. I mean, only like 3 of the sound effects really matter most of the time. Because the voice mod thing they have for the Stream Deck anyway, it's okay, but it has a very limited range.
Oh hey, make sure everybody has their dice.
Do you have your dice?
Yeah. I always have my dice.
Of course.
I can't wait for the video edit at the end of the campaign. Vale, do you have your dice? It's just a montage of Vale's eyes getting huge and then leaving the scene.
I picture it like synced up with Mr. Blue Sky.
I was thinking something similar to that, yeah.
I realized I make the exact same face every time, too.
You do. We have so much video evidence of it as well.
Fake news.
No, what's going to be really fun is eventually having to download all of those videos to take that, like, 5-second clip out of each one.
Your punishment for trying to make fun of me.
Hey, if we're making fun of the void, we're gonna go all the way. It has to be a monumental task.
Yeah, it better be worth dying.
Yes. Anyway, y'all ready
I am.
to venture forth into the forests of Gehenna?
I don't know. I'm finding out on. I assume eventually when they message me back.
Give me a second. I was talking to my friend about fantasy drugs. He sent that message.
Valid.
I'm really excited for that Kickstarter I sent you, Vale, about the tattoos. I can't wait to see what some of them come out to be.
It's neat.
Also, I don't know, Alex. Where's the oomph?
Give me 1 second. There you go.
Better, I suppose.
I added an exclamation mark.
All right. Last time where we left off. That's like Vale's voice.
It was a
It
little
just
cringe.
started really loud too.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Oh, I can't. Why is it not going to my headset? Well, I guess I can't listen to myself.
That would
Yeah.
fuck you up though. Like hearing yourself, your own voice distorted. Like
No, actually, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I have listened to my voice extensively.
that's fair.
Anyway, where we last left off, you guys all met Anastasie's older brother, Laurentiev Serban. Does it sound terrible? See, this is why I wanted to listen to myself.
It doesn't transfer to the Twitch.
Nope.
Does it not?
No.
I'm not hearing it whatsoever on the Twitch stream.
How about now? Oh, wait, no.
Nope. It's just your regular voice.
I mean, what's wrong with my regular voice?
It's not this deep, booming, and like echoey voice.
Alright, 1 second.
The best part for you, not for us, is that you didn't like wait until you were like doing a dramatic villain reveal and then using that voice. And so we get this
Oh.
dramatic shit, and you're acting so extra with it, and then everybody else just hears you talking like normal.
I have more voices just for that.
Perfect.
And now you can hear it on stream.
Wait, say something again?
Yeah, I heard it.
It's on stream now.
It's both your real voice and the voice. It's layered. like
Yeah.
like a literally half second on top of each other.
Technology is such a fascinating thing.
I heard her like T pop and it referred to sound super epic.
God can.
sound of the can being opened by the vampire at the center of the forest as he's watching us.
What about now? Check downstream. Is there any echo? Wherever with my real voice.
There you go.
Nope, you're fine.
I fixed it.
So what shirt do you have today, Alex? It's definitely different from your norm.
It's Freddy Freaker.
Okay.
1-900-090 Freak.
So anyway, last time we left our hairs, you were going deeper into the Gehenna Forest after meeting Lawrence Eve and spilling the beans on Anastasia, making him a big old bullseye for his older brother.
Okay, we're done with the voice now. So anyway, oh wait, does that cut my voice from the stream?
No, you're fine.
Okay, good. Technology, new tech. Always have to fuck it up first before you get it right.
We don't want to lose audio again.
Nope. Always double check. Anyway, so you guys are heading deeper into the forest.
Curb stomp your brother. Now for the rest of Gehenna.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's what happens.
Yeah, some of y'all are nursing some very nice looking wounds.
Meh, I'll be fine.
Well, she knows Finwood is fine. Arthur, not so much.
Arthur, with his 5 regenerations, gonna have some trouble.
Yeah.
I'm only 1 point under half health.
Finwith is... I'm always reminded how terrifying Finwith is. Either for health or the monsters he can turn into.
But just think, how would one heal with key?
Both of them start, huh?
Huh.
Oh no. Finwith learning key from Arthur would be the worst thing ever. Sebastian comes back and I was explained something very irritating by the doctor in the other group. One of their members can just develop things, but has no reason or explanation. Finwith, oh yeah, he showed me how. What?
See, Sebastian would only be
Can't.
annoyed by it because he wasn't being taught how to come up with abilities.
Yeah, because he's like, the guy doesn't know how to teach it because he just does it.
Like,
And then Fiddle was like, yeah, no. It made perfect sense. He was like, you know how like when you're starting to get sick and you just decide you're not sick? I do that, but powers. Fiddle was like, that's amazing. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Meanwhile, on the opposite end of the spectrum goes back to Doc. Hey, Doc, I can heal myself now.
He's disgusted by magical applications of magic. Fascinated, but disgusted.
So, you guys head off. And I make my next check to see if you guys enter into the wake or not.
ooh.
Okay. So, as you guys progress through Limbo, you notice that the trees, with their density somewhat reducing and becoming a bit more spread out, you can start seeing now even more clearly parts of the sky piercing the canopy, as even without a torch, you guys can see, for the most part, the forest surrounding you. The trees have grown somewhat thinner. And now, every once in a while, you guys find small patches of moss with bright pinkish flowers.
Would I have any knowledge of any kind of plant like this?
You can roll your knowledge herbalism. What's in this game? I forget.
That
Herblore.
is Herblore.
Herblore, that's what it is.
Damn, and Serena's not here for that roll.
Nope, she is not. Apparently, yeah, that's a -30, so I don't know if I should.
If you don't have the lore, then you can't roll
Yeah,
it.
there's no. No. Huh, that's a weird plant. Maybe Serena will know that. I'll mention it to her when I get back.
I guess Finwith is the only one who could possibly know.
Pardon? Sorry, I was closing some stuff.
No worries. Know about these plants.
Do you chat about it aloud?
Ishtar mentioned, maybe I'll ask Sabrina about those later.
He kind of like stops for a moment and begins like rifling through, like you can hear like the jingling of all the stuff kind of hitting along. Finally, he pulls out this odd warped piece of wood, kind of interconnecting and grooved around itself, curling, weaving about thin kind of wood grain patterns, even further making it look kind of dizzying. As he's, I could try.
What's that?
To know. He kind of flips it in hand for a moment. Or something from my father.
Oh, if you can try, sure.
I mean, just give me a moment. I haven't not done it yet. You just listen kind of close though, or maybe write it down. And Finwith is going to focus on the item. Is going to try using the Pathfinder's walking stick.
Okay. To quiet Finwith's mind and open it to the powers the stick may imbue, I need you to make a base willpower throw.
Not power?
Nope. This is your trying to ring in your attention to focus and meditate more properly.
Oh, good. My worst skill. Okay. So just
So
add the
this is
base.
D10 plus willpower. Base, not the bonus.
11.
11. Okay.
You said not the base?
No, the base, not the bonus.
Okay.
Okay. 11's good. Finwith closes their mind and tries their best to block out any loud or distracting stimuli. And as you do so, your vision goes black. And you find yourself in this void of space. Up in the distance, you see a speck of light. Without seeing it or thinking about it, you begin moving in the direction. And suddenly you see what looks to be a campfire. Stones surrounding it, burning brightly, but it's not a extraordinarily special campfire. Just something ordinary in a very unordinary place. Not knowing exactly what to do next, you sit and stare into the fire. Still not knowing what to do after a few minutes. What do you do?
Kind of just focused onto the light for a good while, waiting. Finally, it drops down to the pattern on the stick, pedaling along its side for a moment. Right, looks up past the fire, around for a moment, unsure. Tries to keep in mind the plants, which he was probably a little too excited about offering and didn't take too long of a look, but it's fine. He just it's gonna help. She needs to know. Maybe they could be helpful or hurtful, so probably better if. And just kind of falters, sighs, and if anything's listening, I need help with something.
You feel no wind, but the fire reacts as if a sudden gust has blown by.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about the herbs and plants and moth, the Gehenna Forest, would you?
The fire begins to move erratically as if a cross-section of winds was blowing upon it. Suddenly, opposite of you at the fire, a wisp of ethereal smoke kind of begins to manifest, becoming more and more whole until eventually you see a vague profile of an individual. No one you recognize. Their facial features are very scant and almost impossible to discern exactly who this individual is. But it speaks to you. And as it speaks to Finwith, it speaks to everyone through Finwith.
Don't mind the casual possession, guys. You better get used to that.
The herbs and various flora of Gehenna are most intriguing. One of the most predominant being the Demon's Kiss. Very bright flowers with a quite pleasant aroma. But the petals create a very powerful toxin, one that's quickly absorbed through the skin. Touching said petals would kill most small insects or animals instantly. If a human or the like would touch such a thing, they would stand a good chance of suffering some kind of systemic shock and possibly dying. Most definitely expelling all of their undigested foods, as it were. One I highly recommend staying away from. Though, one could possibly, with the right knowledge and proper tools, synthesize some of the neurotoxins to create an incredible numbing agent. These flowers predominantly bloom on patches of moss, as the moss itself seems to feed off of whatever life forms, die and rot upon them. And I totally forgot. I got super into the moment. I need you to make a knowledge roll with a plus 100. As if you were trained.
No, Arthur is fucking whipping his head around looking for this devil's kiss thing. See if it's anywhere nearby so we can avoid it.
Actually, Ishtar stands next to one of the flowers on the moss and sees if it has a pleasant aroma.
It does. It's very sweet.
Found it!
Am I rolling herbal lore or just...
Yeah, whatever it
Okay.
is, it's plus 100 herbal lore.
192.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you would.
And I don't have
the
it trained.
spirit you are talking with knows about this.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you're safe from not having to ask for the roll, because you got a good one.
Beyond that, there is a surprising number of belladonna derivatives within the forest, though most of them seem to grow on decaying or dying pieces of trees or the like. Beyond that, the only ones I can really think that would be of particular note, beyond the Devil's Kiss, which is the one one is most likely to tread upon, which is known as Bloodvine. It is a very thick red vine that grows on trees, especially those suffering from a particular root rot. What makes them interesting is the vines themselves, when cut, will ooze out a blood-like substance, obviously much more pasty and bright than normal blood would be in such a situation, but I believe the name fits appropriately. This ichor has this peculiar ability to draw, well, they all think I'm crazy, but I think it draws ghosts and other like spirits. I don't know what particular reason this is, but after we took a sample one night, we started hearing sounds in the surrounding wood. As soon as I leave this place, I'm gonna go and write a book about everything I found in these woods. After that final line, Finn seems to snap out of it.
First, thanks for the information. Useful.
You're welcome.
Second part, the fuck is that?
Oh, spirit.
You don't remember anything that's happened.
Oh no, well, didn't remember the campfire either.
Nope, you remember nothing
Okay.
that has happened.
Then yeah, he
Oh.
just shrugs and I don't know.
That's right. We're supposed to like record the things down on you.
Nope.
What-
Finn was
That's
said
why I
as
said you
much.
better listen close.
Fair.
Okay, so from what you told us but don't remember, she points to the flowers on the moss. Don't touch those. They produce toxins upon touch. And they
Oh,
could
alright.
easily cause sickness.
That'd suck. Unless it was, something you didn't like.
That was one of the more minor afflictions. Said there are plenty of belladonna derivatives here in the forest, but they're easy to find on rotting trees.
Okay.
and Bloodvine. She actually looks around to see if there's any Bloodvine in the area.
You don't see anything that resembles such a thing.
She goes to describe it as Finwith did, how they seem to might attract spirits when they're cut.
Well, I mean, that'd be, like, a good thing if you were trying to, like, summon helpful ones, maybe. But I think here, probably not a good idea.
Richard just has a look on his face.
What?
Nothing. Just interesting.
About the spirits, or he holds up the stick?
No. The Bloodvine sounds interesting.
Any possible necromantic use?
Well, it would be such an interesting thing to study. I mean, to investigate a power that can seemingly draw spirits would be helpful. I mean, the very art of magic is to create from nothing something. Being able to create that ichor would be an interesting method of drawing spirits to oneself.
He kind of scratches for a moment. It's like, well, I mean, if you could get a piece and I could preserve it, then I might be able to.
True, you might be haunted by spirits forever, but it's possible.
Depends how strong it is, I guess.
Well, we'll know if we come across any. They're apparently easy to spot.
I do have experience growing bark, though.
Bet you worked with animals.
No, it's a living thing, too.
Experience is such a strange word to use in such a connotation.
He just kind of fills up a piece. You can see the thin twig with tiny little, like, patterns etched into it, almost like little chevrons with a line through them all, hanging from between some of the lynx claws. Just, it's metal bark.
Interesting.
Good against fire. It's from one of them old races. I think they said. Don't remember which one.
Oh shit. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Seem kind of important though, and I try to make a habit not to offend spirits. Bad idea.
Well, you'd be right. Gestalt wood is something very particularly important to Duke Zerst. He rolled really high on his fucking occult, so.
Where'd you find
Wish I
it?
could replace this tree knowledge with undead knowledge.
I mean, you can. It's a lower skill. Maybe tomorrow.
Where'd you find the tree? That has to be a rare tree then.
Oh, the temple thing we were in? The flying one. There's what do you call it? Arboretum? Got a bunch of like trees and plants and stuff growing in it. And in the back, there's a couple of those trees.
Sounds really interesting.
Yeah, you can plant anything in there and it'll grow. So long as it's got fuel.
I'm pretty sure that's the room where I shot you.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
pretty safe bet changing in there. It's got a lot of room for the trees.
Yeah, it's a big room.
I missed something.
No, you probably didn't.
I thought it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I shot Finwith. They want to know what a bullet felt like.
It actually kind of hurt.
Yeah. I haven't been shot by it, like, thank God.
Speaking of injuries, who's injured?
Me. I'm in immense pain.
You'd be in less if you weren't so small. We can work on that, though.
No.
Well, don't bounce shot one of those bullets into yourself then.
I'll be very careful.
I'll do it as we go along. Just please don't do anything stupid like trying to fight a vampire again.
Absolutely zero promises.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not making this defense. She's looking at Arthur dead on.
I mean, if we have to come against like another vampire, like I'm pretty sure it's like a live or die, like self-defense situation. I won't charge into him like last time. Like I'll refrain from doing that.
You better not. She points at Hell Knight. I will have him raise you otherwise, so you get to relive Serena crying again.
Ah, shit. See, I hope you forgot
You don't
about
have
that.
to worry about that. I won't be able to raise you.
I don't know how comforting
She
I
just
find
starts
that.
glaring at Hell Knight.
He just sticks his tongue out and he's just like, what do you want me to do? Die for your joke?
There was a part of a second where I forgot that he had the kill switch on his tongue, so it was just like, how mature of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a joke, it was a threat. But thank you for killing that, and now my mood has been soured for the day.
Am I still getting healed?
I'll think about it.
All right.
All right.
I don't know. It would seem that they have a very broken teamwork.
Yeah. Not so much like brothers at arms and more like in-laws.
Something like that, yes.
They bicker a lot. Do you think she's actually sad? I feel kind of bad.
Kind of like
Or mad, I guess.
thinks back to all the times. It might just be their way of communicating, I guess. I don't know. She's been doing it quite a bit.
Alright, so they're either super dysfunctional or she's just playing it up. Alright, well, I guess we can keep an eye on it.
They are all very frail, so yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on them anyway.
Fair. I mean, imagine doing that after traveling so long. Like, as they head off and maybe get healed at some point.
She does heal you guys. If Fenwith is interested in the healing.
Yeah, it means I can fight things longer.
How many hit points are you missing?
121.
Okay.
Holy shit.
What?
Arthur?
Do the math real quick.
Still a lot of hit points.
145.
I'm
Pretty
at
sure that would kill her.
119 of 240.
That's a damage that would have killed literally all of my Anima characters except for this one.
Alrighty then, as we travel along, she will eventually slowly heal everyone. Probably not a lot. You guys will still have to heal some overnight. Because I only have the 40-point spell. I don't have the creation one of 50.
It is alright. Alexi is full health.
Okay.
Yeah, you weren't a big enough threat.
Oof.
He immediately like grins to make sure you know it's a joke and like elbows in like hey.
He smiles. He's like, they didn't seem to be attacking aggressively, so I held back.
Yeah, plus you got all that armor. Suppose the tin can's good for something.
Oh, though they held back, you should watch yourself, Arthur. Yes.
Oh,
Do well, it's all right. We travel with somebody who could probably be taken down by a child as well.
Yeah.
all right.
Ishtar, I need you to make a magic resistance roll for me, please.
Alrighty.
How much HP was that again?
She's only going to be healing you guys once each, and she's not going to be too happy about it because she's going to look really tired by the end of it. You both get 80 life points back.
All right.
Rough. That's 400 Xeon.
Yes, it is. And she pulls that from the sword afterwards to get that back.
It's fair.
Thank you, Mr. Whispers.
Oh, I gotta go in for this.
Okay, that is 149.
I love this voice change.
That's a good one. I like that one a lot.
It's my favorite.
Hey, sir, you didn't even say hi to the stream, I realized. It's very rude of you. I don't think he's feeling it.
Okay.
That one I have to be careful. I have to be very quiet, otherwise it blows your ears out with demonic sounds. Okay. So, as you guys continue along, you'll see every once in a while those patches of moth with between 1 and 3 blooms of Devil's Kiss, or Demon's Kiss.
Not sure I can risk taking a piece of that safely. Would be pretty cool, though.
From what you said, it is activated by touch.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I don't know a good way to get a, like, I don't know. If you could bottle it, it'd be fine, because then it can't touch you anymore.
What if you put a cloth in between hand and it?
Some stuff can get through that.
Hmm.
And then you'd probably have to ditch the cloth, too, because you touched.
Does it have to be the flower? Could it be the moss, maybe? I don't know
So
how
it's-
shamanism works.
I mean, I can take the powers of different parts of the body, even if I don't have the same piece. So, should work.
He shrugs.
Worth a try.
Yeah, if you want to risk it, sure. It gives you a kind of cheesy grin.
Oh, we don't have that guy who has the gloves. Anybody have gloves?
No.
Wait, didn't Radovan give you a set? You just never wore them?
I mean, like, most gloves interfere with the whole shooting. So not
that's
really.
a yes. You still have them.
Do I? I'll be real. I don't remember ever being given gloves.
Wait, don't we have those strange gloves we found on the ship?
Oh, the witch gloves. The Charlotte just starts rattling around in her bag.
What?
She like pulls out the pair of witch's gloves. These allow us to manipulate things as if they were puppets on strings.
That.
Huh. Alright, give.
And she passes him over.
Oh. I don't know if I can fit my hand in that.
They do appear to be much more small, delicate gloves.
No, I'm definitely gonna rip those.
Mm. Okay, who would have the best hands to fit these gloves then?
You.
Oh no, what about Arthur?
I don't want to touch that.
He's still got
Ever.
man hands.
Like, I don't know if you remember, like, I don't like anything like poison related, obviously.
You wouldn't be touching them with the gloves.
I'm still greatly uncomfortable by it. Greatly uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, you're not touching anything.
You still choose to stand around Doc, and you have no problem with that.
Because I know
Wow.
he
I
ain't
think it was
gonna put a
actually the
hand on my
70 group
shoulder
that
or
had
something.
The witch's gloves.
No, it was the Wednesday game.
Was it?
Yeah, it's pinned.
Yeah.
There's like no art for it. It's called like Hands of the Witch.
Yeah, that was in the
It,
ship.
it wasn't that
Yep.
far past the books, I remember that much.
Because
there
remember,
it is.
I made the joke about like it
You're
not
right,
being
right.
Scorpio, and it was like it helps with the other one.
Yeah, the monofilament.
Uh-huh.
Richard just comes over, swipes the gloves, and he's just like, "Stop your bickering," as he puts the gloves on himself. And he holds his hands out. You see very thin, silvery gleams kind of snake out of the gloves. And with some dexterity, he reaches out, plucks, and lifts out a few feet from him, or like a foot or so from him, one of the flowers.
Takes the carving knife and skims off some of the moss. Alright, well, give it a shot at Campton.
He peels the gloves off and hands those back to Ishtar.
And she puts them back in the bag.
I did feel pretty good, though.
Look neat enough. Probably really useful. Especially if you don't have, like, you're not really good at using your hands.
So you know, the gloves produce a level 70 poison.
The gloves do.
No, sorry, the flower.
I was gonna hold on a second.
Which of the two does it count as?
This would be your capacity.
Natural capacities or power.
Capacities. It's an 80 cost.
It's actually really funny to think about. It's like just slides on the gloves, pull it, picks a flower, see, easy, and then the gloves
What level
poison
was
you.
Sorry?
What level was it?
70?
What do you mean level? Oh,
level.
70. One second, I'm pulling up the poisons. There's a poisons making table, which makes no fucking sense.
I don't suppose they reworked it in the errata.
Nope. So I have to base it off of a similar poison in the book. Ah, here we go. White cobra venom. So it's an instantaneous poison, which means it applies right when you strike it. They need to make a venom resistance check of 100 or die.
Oh, shit.
Doc voice. Cheers.
Ishtar
And
running
it
back.
costs 80 points from the development point cost.
And it was Devil's Kiss was the name of the flower, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the name of the flower.
Which is a fitting name for the poison.
I'm sorry, Demon's Kiss. Not Devil's Kiss, Demon's Kiss.
Right. Demon's Kiss.
Let's hope Doc doesn't hear about this one. Add it to his repertoire.
Now we just gotta find Bloodbind and see how possessed Cursed I would be.
A character with the right mind could easily turn the Gehenna Forest into a nice profit just from the amount of poisonous plants you could easily cultivate from this forest.
Ships it off to a bunch of nobles and criminals to murder the shit out of people with.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so then when we make camp, Finn spends a good bit of time taking like excess little leather scraps and stuff that he keeps around for replacing old bindings or updoing totems, and carefully makes a little sealed pouch around the moss. The flower like has placed perfectly in the middle. Its petals actually like curling around the moss, and then the leather curled around it. Seals it off, attaches it to a thong.
We'll get to that in a bit. So a target that's been afflicted by the poison cannot be afflicted for 5 turns after if they pass the VR.
Okay.
Which I think actually might apply to the one Jacques has.
Doesn't say anything about immunity on the bloodline.
It's just a natural effect of poisons in general. It's under the rules for poisons. So I gotta see if Venom Essence is a poison or just has a poison-like effect.
What's Jacques' VR check?
For what? Look it up.
For skin-to-skin contact.
Asa realized I opened the jerky. I touched it for 2 seconds. All right. Currently, his aura is a 75, skin is 85, fluid is 115, and sex is 145.
Well, Serena can save people from touch and the aura, but beyond that, nope.
Yep. Oh, the aura goes up to 115 with the dagger. Fluid goes up to 155 with it.
Fair.
Just stabs self with blade. Why would you do that? Stabs you to make this worse.
Or you could just lick the blade.
It doesn't have to like stab yourself. You can just nick the line of your finger. Also, because both of those are super insanitary.
True.
Doc would be very upset either way.
Yeah, so that's how that works. So apparently if you afflict someone with it, for Jacques anyway, they're immune for 5 rounds if they make the check. Or if they've even been afflicted, if they just don't die. So, fun facts. Something you would never fucking know unless you read the poison rules directly in Anima.
Which are ludicrous at best.
But it's fine. So, anyway. Sorry. My mind wandered to a very terrible place when reading the dagger's description. I'm not even gonna say what it was. Just know it was terrible, and I'm a terrible person. Anyways, you don't camp yet. You guys got quite a ways to go in the forest yet.
You're gonna attack us while we're injured, Cameron?
You guys walked into the wolves' den. It's my job to provide the wolves.
We already met a vampire. We don't need werewolves.
Those come later.
They're also not really in this territory as far as I'm aware.
They left. The werewolves left me.
But as you guys are proceeding along, Arthur, I need you to make an MR check.
All right. Worried about this?
If I remember correctly, you have pretty good magic resistance.
I do. I'm just worried about it just coming out of the blue.
Do you not trust Cameron?
76.
Rough, buddy.
Yeah, I rolled a 6.
What level are you?
7.
I think you haven't been keeping up on your resistance, sir.
Is it? I thought it was 60 for my base.
Your presence is 60. Yeah.
Yes. Plus 10. Because I have a good power.
You have a 10 in your power, don't you?
Yeah, so 76.
It's a 1-5.
It's 15 when you have 10.
Oh, well, that makes that an 81, right?
What?
Doesn't that plus 5 to that?
Plus 5 to 76?
Yes, 81.
81.
Wait, how do you
Yeah.
have 76?
I thought I had a 70 because 60 plus 10. I just learned it was a plus 15, and I rolled a 6 on my dice.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying your resistance was 81. I was like, how do you get
that'd be
81
dope.
resistance? That
That'd be
doesn't
cool.
happen in this game. You don't have anything besides 5s and 10s. Okay, an 81. That doesn't change anything, but at least you did a little better.
It had potential.
All right. Interesting. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Unfortunately, the creature's choices are very limited in this party. So,
Okay, maybe I am a little.
momentarily,
Oh, is this a magical effect?
no, it's a possession.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry.
Suddenly, Arthur stops and lets out an odd laugh.
Arthur, you doing okay?
Suddenly, Arthur's body begins to change. His form, he grows a bit thinner, a little curvier. His hair begins to grow. As
Yeah, keep making that face, Alex.
Huh. How would Sebastian handle possession? Because that's like being touched on the inside.
Wouldn't be a fan.
Worse. Instead of putting their hands on your body, they put their hands on your mind.
See, I thought I went into this description being like, oh, am I getting like full on fucking John Carpenter? Like, it's just turning into the thing. And I was like, oh, never mind. It's taking a
Nope.
very different turn.
No, go back. I would rather have the body horror.
unfortunately, you guys didn't ask your good friend Hell Knight about the second layer of Gehenna.
It's all the rings I have.
Wait, Richard knew the poem. Did he mention anything about the second layer?
You guys didn't ask him. He does know about the second layer.
I don't think it would have stopped this.
Probably not.
Oh, I have to. 1 second. Should prep this ahead of time. I knew this was going to happen to someone in the party. By the way, it picks females, most attractive males, and it goes
Yo,
down the list. Unfortunately, the only other ones is a frumpy-looking university man and 2 overly muscular northerners.
Hey. Attractiveness is subjective.
It's true.
oh man, I was completely in the dumps about this, but now I learn a ghost finds me hot. All right, I guess.
Yeah, it just possessed you and changed your body.
Looks at demons kiss. Ghost.
Little do we know, Arthur's on the Monster Girl forums all the time.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, this has also given anyone that follows this stream a good chance for fan art of Arthur as a female.
He's
Oh
being-
no, gender bending is
He's been-
canon.
It's gonna get roll 63.
Not the first time it's happened.
I know.
Oh, what if it was permanent?
Oh, there's that too, yeah. It's happened 3 times then.
Yeah, they have a power called Body of Desire.
Ah, I see.
They can alter their appearance to take on any human form. Well, they may choose the details as they wish, such as age, ethnicities, and clothing. They always take the form of beautiful women. Anyway, so yeah, you see Arthur transform into this demon.
Quick glance
There's
back to Richard.
immediately salt in there.
They feel themselves up a little bit and they're like, I guess this will do. Looking at all of you. She shrugs and she says, well, I guess I'll be off.
Hey, hold on. You're not walking off with Arthur.
No, I won't be. She levitates off the ground.
Alexi will try to tackle the woman, I guess.
Okay.
Oops, it's
Go ahead and do
accumulating.
so.
Gotta remember not to add my weapon bonus to this. Let's see.
Just out of curiosity, did they keep Arthur's outfit?
No, she completely transforms into the image, as you see.
It was mentioned in the description they could pick the apparel too.
God, what a shitty roll. Oh, I guess I also have the penalty due to it being a takedown, right? What's the takedown penalty?
30.
All right, well, that eats that entire dice roll. So that is going to be a 172.
All right. As you attempt to do so, I need you to make an MR check, please. This is a not magical effect.
106.
Okay. So what'd you get on the attack?
172.
172. Okay. As you kind of run, she turns and looks at you. You feel something, but it doesn't fully manifest. As you tackle her to the ground.
Okay.
So she struggles in your arms. Let me go.
Oh, sorry, no, he's with us. We got stuff to do. You can't have that one. As he moves over to also make sure she doesn't get out of Lexi's
Ishtar
grasp.
does the same.
Well, then try to
as
take
he's
him back, she
accumulating.
says with a very smug look on her face.
Ishtar looks at Richard. Do you know anything about these?
Let's see. He kind of shrugs and he says, demons weren't really my area of expertise. It's some kind of demon, though.
When you
Unfortunately,
guys
he's
said that there was
pretty
demons
shitty.
to fight, this is not what I wanted.
1 second, I have to look up one ability.
No, we
Ishtar's-
don't have to fight, she says, alluringly.
Well, I mean, I enjoy fighting, but like, no, you can't have that one. We can just hold on. You can go somewhere else.
Unfortunately, such opportunities don't come often, so. Not the body I wanted, she looks over at Ishtar. You'll just have to do.
Ishtar looks very disgusted all of a sudden.
Somewhere, Radovan's like, I sense another disturbance in the force.
Ishtar's like going through all the books in her bag, just looking through nothing, notes, slamming them, frustrated.
He just scratches through the bare mane and just, yeah, no, unfortunately, this is not a thing I was taught to deal with.
It's fortunate it's not in my training, and my teacher doesn't know anything either.
I mean, besides, like, I don't know, how do you feel about centipedes?
Me, personally?
Oh no, her. Gross. Not a fan of bugs.
Shrugs.
I don't know if that could work then. Could knock him unconscious.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm fine with doing that.
I have no problem with this.
Pretty easy after the Vitala dinked him around earlier.
Hmm.
All right. That ability is absolutely worthless in this situation.
It sure goes through her bag. She like picks up what looks like a collar for a second. She like, no, just puts it back in the bag.
Looks confused, but alright.
If Finn with like raises an eyebrow, she's like, it's a slave collar.
Oh, I didn't know you were into roleplay.
I'm not. It was what we picked up from the ship, you idiot.
He goes from like uncomfortable to confused. Just shrugs.
You're getting blamed for everything this they're saying, Arthur.
Yeah.
Oh. You said you could destroy souls. Can you like pick and choose? If she doesn't leave, can you just like pull her out and
Possibly. Granted, if I did so, I would die.
No, didn't you explain to him that you were possibly might go into the wake?
It's true. It's true. But I always try to err on the safer side of things. Also, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if possession counts as a form of soul entanglement or not. Again, not my area of expertise.
but you can destroy him.
No. Well, maybe.
No, I
There's
meant
really
like,
not
but
a
you
lot
can
I
destroy
couldn't
souls.
destroy.
So like, but you don't know anything else about.
Somewhat. There would need to be more on the spiritual side of things. The demon doesn't quite count. They're not quite so vulnerable to the manipulations of the flow of souls, as it were.
He kind of dusts some salt off his hands, just harmlessly put those on her. Yeah. Fuck.
She leans her head back against you, Alexi, and she's like, "Aren't you bored with this? We could have a lot more fun."
Something else that is, you were just, Arthur a second ago.
Oh, he's gone. I guarantee, from head to toe, I'm all woman.
Don't worry, Alex. We won't use your characters as lady bait in the city. We'll be using them as lady bait in the woods. The wrong character you were worried about.
By the way, this is not my fault. If you read Dante's Inferno, the second layer is libidine, the layer
know.
of lust.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a very unfortunate circumstance, and I feel just as awkward as you do.
So just kind of puts his hands on his
I
hips.
don't know. Alexi's gonna try a magic appraisal.
Sure.
That's what I got right now.
I've already used the axe today. That is
103?
walking stick.
Okay.
It's all very strange. It doesn't seem to be inherently magical.
Actually, that's a good question. Alexi has the glasses. Would he see anything when looking at Arthur now?
No,
Hmm.
just sees her as her. His glasses detect magic specifically, not the supernatural.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we can just hold on to her for a while. I can use it tomorrow and ask. And see if I can figure out more. You got a name? Not your real one, of course. He immediately like, puts his hands up, like, no, I wouldn't ask that.
I'm like trying to think of succubus names, but they all sound super stereotypical. Candy, no.
Dawn voice, I love Katie. No, you don't.
He will.
His magic resistance wasn't great, admittedly.
Meridania. Daughter of Abriel. She looks at you, Alexi, and she speaks. This time, there's a slight double toneness to it. And she says, I think it's time you let me go. Make an MR check for me, please.
That is a 176.
For a moment, you feel that she's right, but you shake your head and resist.
Rolled a 96 on that one. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we want to wait, yes, I have no choice but to use this. And she pulls out the slave collar. And she
Wait.
mentions that
What's it do?
basically they can't go a certain distance and they have to follow orders. Or we can inflict punishments, and I believe if they get too far, they die.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either, but if it keeps her from running off with him.
Sure, I'll play your slave game. Whatever you say.
Whatever.
He gets like halfway through making like the whiny complaining noise, but still like partially bear shifted, so it just comes out all like warbled and deep. Just, I guess. Sorry,
about this,
miss. But, you know, we kind of need him back.
Going through the stats again to make sure I remember this thing correctly. Well, we can try. That's if they fail.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was expecting Finwith, to be honest. The check wasn't that high, but it was higher than what you needed. Or got.
Yeah. Sounds like it was around like a 90 range.
100.
Oh, okay.
At least you weren't too far off. Just out of curiosity, how's it feel for Arthur on this end, other than just his vision going out?
Yeah, what is Arthur's perception of all this? I'm curious.
He's completely out.
Okay. No
His
memories. All
conscious
right.
is being suppressed.
Okay.
Just so everybody is aware, because of the easily possessed thing, I get a plus 35. That's it.
Ugh.
Like I said, I was expecting Finwith. Everyone else had more than a 50% chance of making the check. More than 30% in most cases.
Do we want to try this? And she's like holding up this extremely horrifying looking collar with chains on it.
Upset bear
And she's
noises.
ignoring anything this female has to say. She's ignoring her.
La 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 la. I can't hear you.
What do you think, Alexi?
There is times that we were to fight creatures that were spirits, though possession wasn't our forte. I could hit them.
You can
Yep.
try.
Yeah, currently we're pretty much at try and knock her out and see if that gets rid of her. Sorry. He kind of shrugs helplessly. Or wait and see if I can like find out more. He pats where the axe is. Or well, I don't know if we want to play the soul rending game.
I prefer not to. Richard, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, from what I know about the neck piece, its really only major deterrence is the possibility of pain or death. But if she's a spirit, death will only cause her to be ejected from the body.
You said they weren't spirits. They were something else.
Well, if she has the ability to possess and she has some kind of ethereal form,
Oh.
which won't be beholden by the neck piece, unfortunately. Again, it's very hard to describe the difference between spirits and demons.
Yeah.
Well, does Ishtar know anything about these creatures and her occult knowledge?
Sure, roll occult. Minus 30.
Nope.
Well, unfortunately, demons have been very uncommon.
Then I guess keeping them until we can use that again might be our better option. Because if we knock her out, there's a good chance if she does leave Arthur's body, she'll try to possess one of us.
No, put the collar on me. I swear I'll be a good girl.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is the most fun I've had in ages. At this point, I'll do anything to get a little bit off.
You need to go make some spaghetti.
I am sorry. You were not the first. Nor the intended. The fact that it's Alex, I think only makes it better.
Listen, at least we don't have to like talk to Arthur while staring in the face that was winking at us a whole bunch. At least she shapeshifted.
Yeah, that does help things a little bit. Because I think if she had stuck to the Arthur form, Ishtar might have punched the lights out just out of frustration.
I mean, it was gonna be an incubus for a second, but then I read the ability and it says always female, so.
Does she look like she does in the picture, or does she actually put clothes on?
No, she looks like she does in the picture. Just be thankful it's not one of those overly busty, slutty looking ones.
Oh, Anima. Sigh.
I think this is a rather tame one in comparison.
Oh, yes, yes. It could be so much worse.
It could be very much worse.
And they gave her like awkward, giant, clunky ass hooves instead of like the delicate little deer ones. So it's just like jarring enough that you're like, okay, this loses some of the uncomfortable.
Not a big fan of the throat piercing. That just looks weird to me. But it matches demon aesthetics. So
Oh, you don't want a freak who's got dermals?
That's dermals are fine. This was puncturing the larynx.
It's not like she needs an esophagus.
No, I know. It's just my sympathy pain for something that doesn't have it.
Alright, well. Here, Lexi. I'll help you get her up.
I guess that's fair. He's just kind of been holding her in his arms at this point.
Please don't like try and escape with him again or take over anybody else. I really don't want to have to like maul you.
I don't know. Sounds like a good time.
I thought you said they didn't like pain. He asks for Richard.
He shrugs.
Fair. Finn with thinks mauling is bonding, so like...
She does too.
Very different spin.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I have nothing. Besides knocking out Arthur, that's all I have
Yeah,
in my
Ishtar's
repertoire.
only option is this accursed chain.
Sorry, you're not in any luck. This place is kind of like super evil and dangerous and stuff. Not really the place for anybody to be having fun. You or otherwise.
But I can make it so much better.
Nah. The rest of the woods doesn't suddenly go away. Plus, while I'm very excited to run into demons, I'm more looking for the type that, you know, gonna like fight. Not this.
Alexia, I need you to make another MR check. This is against magic, by the way.
Ooh. So I do see this one coming.
And they're like walking with her, like between them. At least Finla still has a hand on her arm.
Oh, then if you're both holding her, then yeah, she'll do it for you too. Go ahead.
Oh.
MR checks are for you too.
Well, at least not all magic checks have the -50.
$106.
Okay. Type it in the chat.
129.
Okay. So, Uh, as you can see, actually, let me read the spectacles real quick.
Gain an innate bonus of plus 40 to magical appraisal and can see magical effects. This is what I have written down for it, but
This is one of the ones I did not post.
correct.
Yep.
What's the name of the? Oh, their magic analyzer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exact name. Supernatural Analyzer.
I found it. Oh, I cut off some of the words. No. I'm sorry. I was trying not to get a clip of some titty in there. The page is a very unfortunate positioning.
Insert doc contempt look here.
Oh, the stories we'll have if we walk out of this forest.
Oh, I think this is one of the ones that I slightly adjusted.
I think so as well, because it says here the user must have the ability to see magic for this power to function.
Yeah. I thought that was done when I was giving the description. It gives you the ability to see magic specifically. In terms of see magic, let me see. I think there's a spell for it.
If I had to guess, it's probably in the light tree or the.
Oh, you know what? I bet it's in. Oh, I know.
The secondary spell thing.
Well, I was thinking as a free access spell.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Well, it's irrelevant anyway. The reason why it came up is to Alexi, she suddenly seems to become immaterial. Your hands pass directly through her arms as she begins to float off away from you.
We'll try to grab her with presence extrusion, I guess.
As you reach out, you grip nothing. What Finwith notices is Alexi Finwith watches Alexi look off, and then suddenly let go of her and grab at something in the air.
As soon as he lets go, he like grabs with the other arm to make sure he has a better grip. And, you all right?
As you attempt to reaffirm your grip, I need you to make an MR check, please.
Okay.
Succubuses are very annoying.
Yeah, we got that. Oh no, I'm fine.
What'd you get? Type it in chat.
I have to roll it again. Hold on.
You cannot open roll resistance checks.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
Then still 184.
Alrighty. Yeah. You grip onto her. And she just looks rather murfed and displeased.
Yeah, no, I feel the exact same way.
But in some respite, she lets out a more than provocative shriek moan.
Okay,
Which
no,
I
I
will
don't
not
agree with that
imitate.
one. Really glad I
You're
don't
right,
have the
Alexi.
better hearing for that one.
You're so rough.
Yeah, it's the shift. Sorry, I really can't help that.
Is
Unless you're just... I think she's just messing with me.
No, I like it.
as far as I'm aware, is this thing still running away from me, or has like people?
When you say it, and she has no reason to keep the spell going, you snap out of it, and you just see that she's there in Finwith's arms.
He looks very confused.
Spirits are tricksy. It's okay.
Not as spirits.
You said it was already hard to like say which way or not. It's just...
Only
Catch
on
all.
their metaphysical properties.
Sorry, she is really tricksy.
I mean, it's technically Arthur. He says more just trying to be difficult than anything.
Listen, I'm sorry. You gotta be real bored. Being in this forest must suck for somebody who doesn't like, fighting all the things that are in it. But,
Oh, you have no idea.
I'm
The
sure
last
there's
time I
like...
properly fed has been ages now.
Tilt's head. Right, spirit. I was about to say spirits don't need to eat, but...
Oh, I'm very hungry, she says provocatively.
Less so that one. Oh. No, well, unfortunately, you kind of got our friends. Can't let that happen. He is on loan, in fact, for like 2 of us. They'd be really upset if we came back without him.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be pleased to see him as he is now.
Thinks about the rest of the party? No, I really don't think they would.
Actually, we probably could turn her over to Jacques. I'm sure Jacques would love to talk with her.
I'd love to meet the Jacques person.
He kind of just like looks confused. He's like, I don't know. He really doesn't strike me as the type. He's like Sebastian, right, with the no touch rule, right?
For probably a different reason than Sebastian. It's not safe to physically touch him.
Oh, that sounds even more exciting.
Sure, as you're rotting.
Wait, rotting.
And she goes to explain Jacques' poison the way he explained it to us, is it technically rots anything it touches.
When you describe like the effects of just like on touch can't be controlled, Finwith looks horrified.
So does the succubus, who looks
Just-
equally as horrified.
Just
They're making the same
distraught.
face.
that sounds so bad. I mean, like, for, like, anybody who touches you, yeah, but, like, imagine.
It's so sad.
Yeah, he, like, looks down at her, like,
she
nods,
looks
like,
up at you and you
it's
both
so-
nod.
he must be so, like, miserable.
I can only imagine someone so touch-starved.
Like, people need people. That's just...
I
That's
agree
rough.
wholeheartedly.
Well, should we make a U-turn and go find Jacques? Maybe he can help.
But no, you said he'd, like, rot her on touch. That'd be horrible. He, like, actually, like,
agree.
moves her a little bit to the other side. Like, oh, that's fucked up.
She just nods.
He's too friendly. I'm sorry. And the other one doesn't do any, like, the touching thing either. But that's just because he's... So, that's personal.
Well, he's the one who needs it the most, then.
It's not really a choice kind of thing.
You doing okay there, Alex?
I'm just listening.
Have one of your characters trying to fondle the other character. Because it's possessed by something.
I'm trying my best not to think about
That's the
that, you know,
worst.
possibility.
You know, this is where the Yao fan art is gonna come.
You know, like, I'm just
No.
listening, opening some tabs for some assignments I gotta
The
do
mysterious
tomorrow.
lost episode.
Just like,
Cradle to Crypt.
And then the other one's just too young. She's really
Wow,
tiny.
so
And I think the
Jesus.
vampire guy might, like, maul you if you touch her. And not, like, again, in the, like, kill you kind of way.
Oh, then all the better.
Dying?
As long as it's fun.
Oh, I guess you wouldn't die then. You just, like, go back to, like, possessing people.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I don't suppose that we could talk you out of leaving Arthur, I suppose.
Oh, well, that depends. Maybe if I got to feed properly, I would consider it.
So, which one of us wants to bang the second? The exact conversation we had about, like, nah, I don't really do any of that in D&D. Like, that shit's kind of weird. It's uncomfortable. It's Alex's worst fucking nightmare. Again, like, this place is literally the worst place to, like, let your guard down.
yep.
You guys are in literal hell, so welcome. Well, literal, not literal hell. Hell Forest.
I have to ask Alex something, but I'll do it over text.
Oh god.
But by the way, though you might not know the specifics of succubi, most people have at least heard the stories that doing stuff with them is typically bad.
Yeah.
Like, you die bad.
What's a little life force between you and your parasitic demon host?
That was the question I knew I was gonna get.
Yeah.
I'd rather you not die, you know?
Alexi considers it.
I mean, you only die if you fail the check. Like, really bad. I think.
Doesn't mean Doc would agree either.
I feel like there's definitely another way we can handle this other than fucking the succubus.
Well, I mean, so long as she doesn't escape, Foonwith is going to use the walking stick to try and figure out how to get rid of her.
If you want my opinion based on that question of, do you want me to bang the succubus, Devin?
I figured I should ask because it's technically your
understand.
character.
I
based.
Devin's like,
understand.
I'll take the bullet.
Oh man, I'll make this sacrifice.
No, you can't. Wait, what's your power score?
It's actually pretty good.
But my actual opinion, throw the fucking collar on her and use the stick. That's what I
Oh, the
think.
collar's already there.
Good. Just use the stick tomorrow.
The collar
That's
has
my
not been placed on
The
it.
collar's
Oh,
not been
okay.
placed on her yet.
Technically, yeah.
Okay.
collar. Then
I
the
thought you
stick
had gone
back.
to do that.
That's my actual thought of how to do this. Not fucking possessed Arthur.
This is why we ask.
Good.
See that for anyone watching, future or whatever, that is how you do proper roleplay. You don't just take the opportunity to fuck your buddy possessed by a succubus.
It's all about setting boundaries. About not fucking your
Exactly.
friend's possessed
Out of
body.
character consent before in character consent.
And now we have this rule that I didn't know was ever going to go up.
Christ.
All right then.
All right. Well,
I'm sorry.
It's funny. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm going
It's funny.
based off of Dante's Inferno, and
Yeah.
this is where we're at.
Fair.
Yep.
Just waiting to get to the cool circles. Like
Honestly,
pride.
if you guys had gone to the
rap.
wake, it would have been far less awkward.
Really?
Yeah.
Would we have just fought some demons?
No, you would have been in an area buffeted by a torrent of wind,
Yep.
endlessly.
Hmm.
While you're in the
a
zone,
bit of
it takes
physical
twice as long to
manifestation.
get through, and you cannot rest whatsoever.
Hmm.
That's how the poem's supposed to go. But this is the real world, so such things don't quite exist that way.
but in the wake they can.
In the wake, they can.
But yeah, no, Finland just kind of like awkwardly pats and just sorry. I don't think that's a good idea.
All right then. Then guess we have no other option as she pulls out the collar.
I mean, don't look too excited about putting that on.
I'm not going to
getting into
enjoy
it.
this anymore. I'm more worried about what Arthur's going to think when he wakes up.
I mean, you just take it off.
GM, there is nothing in here about taking this thing off other than someone trying to force it off.
You have a key as the master.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not mentioned anywhere in this, unfortunately. It only mentions if someone tries to open or destroy it, it produces a terrible mental and physical pain.
That is true. It doesn't actually say
Yeah.
anything about a key, but I see a keyhole there. Like in the picture.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, whatever. The master of the link can decide to free the person.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Yeah, it's the master link, I think, is what does it.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of awkward if you lost a key. Better that it be magic.
Yeah. She places it on her.
Make an MR check for me, please.
Imagine explaining that to the slave. It's just like, I lost the master link. Could you just walk until it seems like it's a really bad distance, and then we'll go from there.
We'll be able to hear your screams using this device.
Don't go too far, or you will die.
No, you just don't tell them they'll die if they go that far and be like, just walk over there. Since I lost the key and I want that collar back.
That's a 152. And I will add that to the chat.
I guess I really need to turn it down. It's kind of loud.
First
Well,
time doing
unlike
it.
Alex,
All good.
Acer's having a great night. He's splayed out, slowly sliding off the edge of the bed, legs all akimbo. Looks super comfy. Didn't get handed beef jerky, but he did get a bunch of treats earlier.
Meanwhile, Ripley is storing up energy, and I am terrified for what's going to come.
The assault will begin.
Yes, I have
She'll-
class in the morning.
She'll just explode and launch at the back of your chair at the end of the session.
That'd be
Screen
funny.
goes
A funny cut.
Yeah. I have like a bunch of stuff I got to do tomorrow. And now my class kind of got shifted earlier, so I have to wake up a bit earlier than normal.
Ugh.
So,
Rough. Anyway, what was your MR check?
It was 152. It is in the chat.
I see.
Nice.
Okay. Nothing happens. The succubus curses the day that she ran into a party of
Powerful people.
Granted, the hard part isn't dealing with her. The hard part is getting her out.
Yeah.
Getting her out or getting her off.
Both of which hurt.
It hurt Alex. I watched it hit him.
I mean, both involve getting
I'm
something
so
out, I
sorry,
suppose.
Alex. I gave Vale a literal way of hurting you.
it didn't hurt me. I was just laughing because it was a funny joke.
Yeah, I know. If you were actually upset, I wouldn't have made a joke about it.
Yeah.
Yep. Clicks on.
So, you click it onto her. She sits there and she's like, so you want me to get on my knees?
Oh no,
She
we're
just
not
ignores
at
her.
the camp yet.
Oh, we're waiting till camp. Okay.
Wait, no, not like that. You think you're funny.
No, I'm just very horny. She seems
Looks
to
like
speak very
mildly
fast.
surprised, that just like nonsense. Like, yeah, all right, well, that's fair.
Does she look like she's been affected by the color at all?
Oh yes, she has to make an MRI check.
Yep.
She seems rather obedient. You don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not sure about that. Just as a precaution, in case it does go through, Ishtar will make herself the one that holds the chain of command.
Okay.
Silent Night, I bet this is the most lively it's been for you with the teaching thing.
What do you mean?
I don't know, seemed like the guy kind of like lives boring and steady.
Somewhat.
Minus
Honestly,
the
unless
whole
it's about
necromancy thing.
necromancy, I'm not too interested.
He looks at the succubus. Know anything about necromancy?
I know a thing or two about corpses.
Oh no.
Well, I think everybody here's definitely murdered stuff, so.
Despite
she just
his
gives you a smile.
Did you lose track of what you were gonna say?
Ishtar just shakes her head and just decides they're gonna keep going. Might as well make some distance.
So it's like the weirdest thing you've seen in Gehenna Forest. And I
Tells
no.
you in very vivid
No,
detail some of her exploits.
Were they impressive exploits?
They were. What's a clever way of putting this in innuendo?
There was only 13 fakes in that tag. The scrunched up face Sam made.
The exploits were something the artist will be drawing for the rest of humanity.
That's not what I meant.
Unrealistic proportions included. So,
Story would be fun if it was a fight, though.
as you guys continue walking along. Actually, I gotta look how much Xeon she has. She's been blowing some pretty powerful spells.
True.
Alex, you hear that?
Your magic.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant blowing, but sure.
Yeah, I heard that one too.
Now you just need to get into like a greed and ling, like
I'm not doing that with the fucking
Listen, she makes everybody uncomfortable enough. Like, she could still hang out with us. I don't mind that. She just can't have, like, one of us possessed.
Not how I expected Alex to make his demon pact, but the world is full of mysteries. Don't you want the powers?
I just want some Devil May Cry shit, dude.
This is how you'll get into all the
Yeah,
Black
that's how
Sun
you would get it.
locations.
I mean, your son anyway.
I certainly hope this isn't like the origin of like Dante or something.
Anyway.
Dual guns, can wield every weapon, has demonic powers. You're almost there, Alex.
Swear to God.
You just need a little bit of demon in you.
Unfortunately, that involves having a lot of things in you.
Punishing him aside.
I like that this is all coming out like as I'm literally writing like my notes on this, like got possessed, Q, literally an hour, so sex jokes and innuendo. That's all this is.
Oh, I guarantee you, for her, this isn't a joke.
Yeah.
It's a passion.
Very serious about all of it.
That's the worst part.
Fenrith, I need you to make an MR check for me, please.
Mm-hmm. Hey, sir, I can't see your view. $150.
Okay. At some point during your guys' travel, she just says, "You can put me down now. I promise I won't run away." You feel a slight compulsory effect, but it fades.
I'm sorry. You keep, like, using magic and stuff on us, and, doesn't really inspire trust. And the whole possessing a friend of mine.
Then what can I do to earn your trust?
I don't know. Leaving him and not possessing any of us would be great.
Only if you give me a kiss.
I'm not sure if you can do, like, magic stuff with that, so probably not a good idea.
You're so stiff. I can help.
Well, he kind of just sighs and, like, gestures with a hand. He's like, listen, it's the demon thing is really getting between us here. Sorry. Pats.
Isn't that a good thing?
No.
Maybe
No,
like
the
our
demon
own
thing is
little
not
three-way.
good. No. Well, listen, he's not here to, like, agree to that kind of stuff, so that'd be really bad of you.
Oh, I know he wants it.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
Who's inside of him, you or me? Well, it could be both of us soon.
So sorry, Alex. He just shakes his head and he's like, nah, sorry, if I can't, like, if you can't talk to somebody and have that, like, conversation, then it's really not a good idea. It's the same thing with, like, getting a little too drunk. There's a line, you know?
Is there?
Yeah. Like, not if everybody's not having fun, then nobody should be having fun.
Oh, I guarantee it'll be lots of fun.
Well, maybe not for him, though.
I guarantee that too.
It's not working.
Oh, don't worry. I'm good at making it work.
That's gotta be suck to be that horny.
It sucks. It sucks a lot.
See, like, every line. How long have you been practicing that? Like, how old are you that, like, every single line is just right on it?
When one is the embodiment of lusts, it is easy. Just like me.
Well, that's fair, I guess. Oh, you said you were the daughter of something. What was that?
Yes. Well, my mother, of course.
So if you're the embodiment of... Or wait, is that, like, all of your kind?
No, just all my sisters.
So it's your mom, then? Or is she the
How'd it
same?
go?
No, I meant, like, demons, and she's just also an embodiment of lust.
Well, yes, lust begets more lust.
Fair. Wait. How many of you and your sisters are in this forest?
In this forest, I have no idea.
What, can you not find anyone?
No. Which is why I have to stay here, or I'll die.
So where's all your, like, sisters and your mom then?
I'm sure they're out and about somewhere. The world is vast.
Mildly put upon. I don't know. That sounds sad. This place is really, like, not good for social butterflies.
You're telling me. She leans her head back against you and looks up at you.
Still not gonna work.
I'm not trying anything.
Alright, in that case.
It's hard. When one is filled with carnal desire, they have carnal needs. Which means failing to feed oneself causes one to starve. Don't you agree?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense. And, I'm not like, what's the word? Fucking Latin. Sympathetic. It's like what you're going through. But again, possessing a friend and all the stories about what happens with you folks isn't too good.
I mean, that's fair. But I'm desperate. I've been trapped in darkness for so long.
Something trap you here, or are you like, is it just like the only option kind of thing?
The only option kind of thing.
Mm.
The only thing that has kept me alive for so long is the darkness that lives in this place. Mortals don't come here.
No, it being like super dangerous keeps most people away. Bit of an exception with us.
Exactly.
upset I've been with the need to help. Being lonely's the worst.
Hey, Anastasia, I met friends with a succubus while we were in the forest.
I feel so bad for her. Like, I mean, mood. It fucking sucks to be alone for so long. Like, you don't feel like you belong anywhere, and you don't have anybody who's there to be a shoulder for you in your times of need. Starts going, can we help her? She's literally an evil being, an embodiment of loss. Yeah, but like, she's sad. But like, in still a lusty way. It's weird. It's super uncomfortable. But still. No. I just keep soldiering on.
Okay.
As they're doing this, Asher's like looking at Richard like, I am not looking forward to sharing dreams with that thing.
He's like, why? Sounds like a good time.
For you.
Oh, I'm sure she's multifaceted.
From then on, Ishtar stays at the back of the group after Richard's comment. She stays a good distance from him and a good distance from her.
He gives a
You're
very
traveling with a bunch of
satisfied
dudes.
Smile.
And one who purposely goes after weaknesses.
Eventually, you guys get to a point where you feel like it's time to make camp. It's dark outside.
Does the canopy still have some...
It's still rather open.
So it's easier to tell now.
Yeah.
Ishtar lights the lantern. So we have light.
Ooh, pretty.
Ishtar doesn't say anything. She just goes to sit down.
Done with immediately. Oh yeah, it's a little magic lamp. And what'd you say? It's really quiet.
It brings out her complexion. Makes her skin look really pretty.
Oh, she has really cool scales too.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, something I have failed to mention in all of her journeys since it's been over a year, her scales have actually expanded. She started with a patch and now it's grown up to like mostly under her eye. Much more
Little
prominent.
horn nubbins.
She just looks at you slightly amorously, and she's just like, I really wanted your body, you know. There wouldn't have been much to change on it, honestly.
I'm slightly scared to ask what you would have changed.
Honestly, not a lot.
Well, thankfully you didn't.
It's a shame. We could have had a lot of good times together.
I don't know, the vampires are really
No,
scary.
you would have had fun.
Oh, you would have had pleasant dreams, I assure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's actually a really good question. Is Arthur like awake in there?
Who knows? He gives a smile.
Oh, you said dreams for her, so does that mean like he's like asleep?
She shrugs.
See, you know how we had that talk about trust?
Yeah, but it's more fun this way.
He just sighs. Well, I mean, at least you're getting some entertainment out of this, because you're not going to get what you actually want.
No, I never seem to.
He again is just like conflicted, like wants to apologize, focuses. Fuck, I gotta go get the wait. You keep the fire up or
The lantern's lit.
okay.
So it's the lantern with the oil, so we're fine.
Doesn't need to fetch any sticks or anything. But looks up for Richard. Oh, can you use the gloves again? I want to get that totem made.
Sure.
Just need you to place the flower.
Who's gonna watch our friends?
Well, this shard has got the magic collar thing, and Alexi's not as strong as I am.
Nishar's like got the chain in one hand as she's like just watching her, like glaring daggers in her direction.
Okay. As she's handed off, I need Alexei to make an MI check.
That is going to be a 131.
Okay. Nothing happens. So, passed off. Richard pulls out the gloves, holds them out, and positions it quite accurately for you.
On the basis of the name alone, he adds a thin like rind of salt to the inside of the like little leather pouch that he makes for it. Again, has the balled up moss in the middle, and directs Richard to basically set the flower in the middle and then curl the petals around it. Then closes the pouch, turns it over in hand, and begins to hook it to a small thin strap. And for the last bit, lifts up a thumb to a canine and just digs for long enough until he begins to like carefully sit there, like tinking a little bit of his little carving, like detailed knife into blood and just slowly drawing runes on the front part of the pouch.
Though he looks rather apathetic to the whole situation, he does monitor everything you're doing.
It takes him a long time with the runes specifically. You can hear him kind of like muttering under his breath in the Goldarian as he figures out exactly what would work best, he thinks, to channel the spirit of such a flower.
Meridonia just looks up at you, Alexei, and she's just like, come on. Don't you want to do something? This body's so restless. It's so full of energy.
It's all the key.
No!
No, Groovy!
Groovy couldn't take it anymore.
I'm
He's done.
sorry!
I honestly thought Alex left for a second.
One second while we get Groovy back up.
Groovy will come back when Groovy feels like it, unfortunately.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now.
I had to go take a shot. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay, Groovy. I feel that. It'll play when it decides to.
Well, the more important part is the cameras, so that's fine.
Yeah.
In the different situation, maybe, but my friend is right. It wouldn't be the correct thing to do. I could tell you stories of battles I've been in, if that would make it easier.
I don't know, wait till I'm done if you're gonna do that.
I mean, you could just loosen your grip a little bit and let me tend to myself. Grips tighter. Pulls arms full out to the sides.
She's
Probably.
like, oh, I'm sure if you look long enough, you can find a Springer bar somewhere.
He just holds on to him and I guess waits to tell the story. It is not very common that I get to sit and talk with a not spirit, but creature other than human.
Well, then I'm sure there's lots of things I can teach you.
I am sure. He says with like a smile. Do you know of any particular dangers we might face in this forest, or
Well, I could tell you. For a price.
it is more so that I will be better to protect you and Arthur simultaneously, as you will be indisposed by color.
Oh, no worries. I like the pain.
But
Drop her off with Jacques.
that seems like a very effective way for dealing with pain, I suppose. But are you sure that is what you really want?
What I really want is to be free and to go and live my life. But as things are going now, nothing much is going to change for me, and whether this form lives or dies is not really much of my concern, just a lost opportunity.
So it is only humans then that you can possess, I suppose?
No. Most mortals.
Admittedly, I don't. So would that include animals then?
They just aren't capable of enjoying it as much.
The only other thing that I know of who might be close is, and even then it's hearing from passing, is Duke Zerest. Would those be one of those?
I'm sure, yeah. Much more difficult than humans, though, but yeah.
Oh, why would that be?
They're just superior.
He kind of like smiles.
Don't see a lot of them around.
Then they are great warriors. Or am I misunderstanding what you mean by superior?
Oh, I'm sure many of them are. They were just made to be perfect. Makes for some really fun wax play.
You don't need to move the mic closer.
I was actually pushing the pop filter deeper on.
I am very sure I do not know what that means, but I have a feeling I might know the condentation.
Well, just many of the things I can teach you. As long as you're not afraid of a little pain.
Pain isn't a particular fear of mine. I am a warrior. I am used to pain.
Good.
And
I like
Mid-
someone who can be a little bit rough.
Poor Ishtar on the other end of the chain.
Hey, she's fine. The rule stipulates, what is it, 3 miles, a maximum range? Maybe she should just go sleep off in the total dark and risk the monsters.
Wait, bring the other ghost back.
Alright, I have to pee We've are at the 2.5 hour mark. Did we want to take a quick 10-minute break?
Sure.
Sure.
Hey, Alex, hidden blessing. You don't have to interact with her.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other bit that I'm like, thank fucking God.
Oh yeah,
don't wanna
imagine
do
how much
that.
worse it would have been if you had to talk to Ishtar that way.
Oh God, it'd be super uncomfortable. Like all of this.
All right, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. It's about 12:40. Hope you have fun. If you haven't already, please follow below. I will not promise any more ERP in our future sessions, though. We'll be back.
It's the one off for the freaks.
So, night passes. It's a very awkward affair.
Does she have the presence to steal the dream? Because if so,
No, she doesn't need to sleep.
glad nobody explained that one to her.
But
Chooses to sleep
you-
first.
I need you to make a presence roll, please.
Oh yeah, presence roll.
For everyone besides the one who plans on holding on to her first.
Does this count me?
No, because she doesn't sleep.
Arthur spared once more from dreams.
Once more.
I guess that would be Alexi.
Alrighty.
Then let's go second.
Make your roll.
$81.
$88.
Oh, looks like you guys follow your good friend Richard again.
Yay, another dream watching him run around in his underwear.
At least Jericho's not here. He might be stealing. Like, over and over.
I know. He might not dream about his underwear again.
Maybe.
Hopefully it's not an uncomfortable dream about the succubus.
That night is a very strange affair for those who dream. This dream is a lot less cohesive than the last. It is a whirl of different events and different people. Most people you don't recognize. Going through a variety of... If you ever had a dream that started one way and ended completely different, this is kind of one of those dreams. But you see... you see a city. You see a man that Richard seems to be familiar with talking in the streets. You see the Magus Rex, for those who recognize him, come up to them and suddenly grab his friend away before he's suddenly in a university, cutting something open. It's a person, and it's just like a normal cadaver, but then after a moment it turns into an elderly man. One that's a lot more, less, I don't know, neutral, I guess, in composition. Followed by Richard suddenly reading books and books and books and books and books. Then looking out the window to see he and the man that you saw at the beginning of the dream talking to each other. Before the man shows that he has the same tongue tattoo that you've seen on Richard. The one that he went to the city with. That was stolen away earlier.
Is Richard the same age, or does he look younger?
He just looks like Richard to you guys.
Okay.
And then the dream ends as suddenly as it began. Yeah, to be fair, a lot of these events play out much more slowly and yada yada, but that's the general cliff notes of what happens. Eventually, morning comes around. And it's by this point that the succubus seems to be getting sleepy, Maridania. closes her eyes for a bit.
Yep. As morning comes in, we will, so everybody's waking up, kind of tucking into morning rations and such. She'll make use of it.
Okay. As before you come up to the fire, it feels very familiar. And without thinking much about it, you know that you need to ask a question.
Oh, would the fatigue that I lost from the previous night come back, or is it still
I
gone?
had totally forgotten. I need everyone who slept that night to make an MR check for me, please.
Uh, 130 for me.
$122.
Okay. No, your fatigue is still reduced.
Okay. Just checking.
But and beyond that, nothing else really happens. See you guys that night.
Alright, then as he settles down by the fire, I need to know how to get a daughter of Abrail safely out of someone they're possessing.
Okay. Making a cult lore roll. Plus 100. Okay. Pretty good roll. So, as you sit down, you see another slightly wispy figure appear before you. This one seeming to be in some kind of robe, though you can't make out much more than that feature. They speak through Finwith. The daughters of Ambriel, one of the two mothers of lust, are very particular in their ways of seduction, relying more on creating, creating irresistible illusions and feelings of lust and desire, rather than their much more carnal and feral sisters. It is not common for one to become possessed by succubus, as they oftentimes do not have the need to do so. Only when they are in particularly weak states do they revert to a more spiritual form, taking the next most viable host, predominantly women, seeming to favor virgins, and thus using them for their ends and means, making copulation with individuals and stealing their life force until they have regained enough power to separate from their hosts. Now, another method is possibly, well, there are a few methods. One is to let the succubus feed until it has become satiated and strong enough to depart from its hosts. The other is to have someone with prominent banishment abilities perform an exorcism on the targets. And the last but not least, succubi are, like all other demons, bound and supernaturally committed to contracts. If an appropriate deal is brokered, they will follow it through to the ends, no matter what. Though is to be warned, daughters of Abriel are masters of illusion and lies, and you must word your bargains carefully. After that, Fenwith is no longer possessed.
Blinks awkwardly. Did you guys get something?
Nishtar explains everything.
Yeah, ooh, deal sounds just as bad as dealing with.
Well, I imagine we could find some kind of ritual, but I don't think any of us here are particularly proficient in summoning abilities. I imagine.
One second, actually.
Yeah, Ishtar starts rifling through her bag.
I imagine a ritual would be possible if we have a year to do it.
I mean, you know the answer to that one.
Yes. But that's just to show our options are limited.
Shit, where are the rituals?
If you're talking about the rituals in the book, like from one of your special books, your grimoires,
Yeah.
those rituals are above the spellbook section in the
Okay.
Prometheus book,
Okay then.
which you should have access to, but if you don't, I can send you a link.
You said the Prometheus book? I don't think I have that one.
Huh? There is a break ties ritual in the Deuce Voodoo.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at.
Your shoelaces just get annihilated.
Arthur wakes up. Why are my shoes gone?
We blew up your laces.
It was
No,
part of the
just kidding.
contract.
We all know he wears Velcro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's in the Arcana exit.
Yeah. Oh, is that not where you sent him? There we go. Rituals and Grimoires. That starts on page 110.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's a rough one, especially for your party.
Anybody any good with music?
You're asking the wrong character. Doc at least has some trained. He's got like a 40 or something in it.
Has your occult like really solid?
No. Unless I'm using that stick, it ain't.
Even for Richard, that's a pretty high occult roll necessary.
The book does give you a plus 50.
It'd be possible for Richard. For sure.
The music is what's a hard one. Probably.
Especially because it's a trained skill, so none of you can make it.
Yep, sorry, I only got art.
Nishtar passes the grimoire to him and flips before she flips to the page for the break ties ritual.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
Well, the esoteric parts I'm sure I can manage. We can flip through it a bit. But this requires a special hymn to be sung. Not only that, but it's in Diani.
Don't suppose anybody took the music path or secondary path.
No.
Yes. Richard is definitely a virtuoso necromancer.
Might be. He's a cook.
He just takes out a bow rattle.
No, it's one of those like those Native American like death flutes.
The second one was going to be like just like literally just like fish ribs, just like ping plugs.
If it's in another language, I might be able to help with that.
Well, let's worry about the musical talents of our friends here. From what this says, it seems to be particularly important that the words are sung correctly.
Actually, I might be able to help with that. How good of an ability do you think we'll need?
Seems to be a rather important piece, so at least to some sort of professional degree.
I forgot I had the Musa spell from my subpath.
Yeah,
Useful.
ability, right?
Yep, I picked up an
Yeah.
ability. So what's the basic level I would need to cast it at?
It should be in the book. It's in the Supernatural Exit. $100 is the required skill check.
Alrighty then. How long does this last? Okay, no more than a day. At the longest. Well, that means Ishtar can cast this at the basic level, which gives her a 120 in music, dance, and art.
You have this. Don't ever let Jock see.
Oh, she knows better. If anything,
All
she
the
may
wasted potential.
wasted potential it may be, but this is relying on magic. I'm sure he'd much prefer it if she didn't have to rely on magic to do this.
The only question
mean-
we have now is, can you hold it for an hour?
Yeah, it says
It
no
lasts
longer
for until
Said
the
no more
piece
than
is
a day.
done.
until the piece is done, and no more than a day in any case.
Okay,
Hmm.
nice.
All right.
Okay.
It's a strangely perfect spell for the situation.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those spells that like that situation never comes up, but then the one fucking moment it does, it comes in clutch.
G fucking G, Suzanne.
Cool part about rituals
yeah.
as well is the Xeon cost they have can be split on whoever's participating.
Richard has no need to split it. He'll do it himself
Fair.
with no cost. Well, no real issue to him. He doesn't blast his Xeon that frequently.
He's just
Sure.
always
Okay.
topped up at 2000.
Ishtar will cast this spell on herself at the basic level, so it gives her a 120.
What are you
First,
casting?
before that, we need a clear running stream.
Oh, that's easy.
Of course it is.
She just summons a spring.
Can you maintain it for an hour?
I should be able to with no problem.
Fucking spellcasters.
Simwith looks fucking delighted.
Yeah, because spring's one of her magic innate spells.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
you've
doesn't
done it
have to worry
before.
about the costs.
Yeah.
Fucking water mage.
It's one of those fucking moments where it's just we have this issue, we need this very specific thing. Oh, Anima Wizard. I have multiple ways to do that.
Not all Anima wizards.
Yeah.
I mean, Richard's an
Yeah.
archmage, and he can't even imagine
That's fair.
doing anything like that.
Well, necromancy.
He did go
HR.
antithetical magic.
Yeah. Nope, she creates a clear running stream. It's like, oh, done.
Simwith is over the moon.
Yeah. Yeah, you just, from 300 feet away, you just suck all the water up and create a spring. And it's a daily maintenance.
Daily maintenance, and it is in the 30 range.
Oh no, our village is going to drought, die from the drought. Don't worry about it.
That'll be fine.
I mean, it has to be within the range. But you're in Moth, which is a very wet region naturally due to the sheer amount of fog. So
True.
It's a strangely perfect situation for it. So, interestingly, you guys get this all set up and ready. Ishar's managing the magic of creating the spring. I actually think the ritual is a one-person spell.
It's just members needed.
Oh, that's fair. So yeah. In which case, yeah. Completely magically manifested, but nonetheless fits the needs of the spell. Ishtar leans over, is reading the book as Richard is, doing the mystic mumbo jumbo.
Slicing his hands, bathing.
He has to slice, I believe it's the participant's hands.
Nope, the ritualist.
Oh. Well, it doesn't really bother him all that much either.
The 5 fatigue might.
It's better to him than Arthur in this situation.
He's seen that guy shoot. He wants him up.
This will make him very exhausted.
That's alright. Finwith will offer to carry him.
Oh, nope. Unfortunately, this does not work this way. The ritualist cleanses themselves of any attachments. Yeah, it's the ritualist themselves that must bathe in clear flowing stream and make cuts on both of their hands while singing a ritual song.
Actually, we have the gloves of the puppet master.
Well, yeah, you can't force her to sing with them.
No. We can at least help with the bathing portion and all that.
Somebody else, can't sing the hymn, though.
Yeah, which sucks.
I mean, that doesn't say that they need to sing.
Yeah, it says here, the ritualist must bathe in clear flowing stream, make cuts on both of their hands while singing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Damn, you were so close to getting the perfect situation.
We had hopes and you just had to dash them.
I saw the spells written.
Them's the rules.
I know.
Well, that's not gonna work. Then that's just gonna leave us with trying to cut a deal with her, or someone takes one for the team. Or I guess 2 people gotta take one for the team.
Depends how hungry she is.
Probably starving, so it's probably going to be more than 2.
Well, more than she needs a body, because she can always swap around. Because Arthur can't agree.
She's just sleeping there peacefully while you guys are discussing everything.
You don't need to sleep.
Now we could try knocking her out and hoping she eventually vacates the body.
I mean, she might eventually get bored, but she's been here for a really long time. I think any chance is better than no chance, probably, for her. Even if you don't get a lot, better than nothing.
Well, the mysterious voice coming from Finwood did mention something. demons are bound to fulfill the contract that they make, supernaturally speaking.
True. But it also mentioned that these are creatures of lies and deceit.
And that we just need to speak carefully when connecting with one of them. But if maybe we offer just a portion of each of our own life sources, maybe that would be sufficient. She can't take more than what she's offered.
How do we know if what we offer is going to be enough for her to leave? Because she has to be strong enough to leave.
No.
No, not enough.
She would just go back to the spectral version. That would be the deal. Again, something's better than nothing.
True.
I'm assuming she can do it through a kiss too, since that's what she requested there.
Ishtar immediately looks a little disgusted at the thought.
I mean, you don't have to. But if it gets Arthur back, like, it's not like it's the most horrible thing to ever happen to someone.
I know.
Lexi and I are pretty hardy.
Yes, we would probably be able to take it, yeah. Though, admittedly, I don't know quite what the ramifications are, I suppose.
Well, we can ask her as part of the deal. She wants the chance to make it. Gotta be truthful with it. Wait, can't you just make her do stuff with the collar thing?
If she's been enslaved by it, if she's to resist it, there's not much I can do. They're not forced to do something, they have the choice to disobey orders if they want to. It just, more of anything, if she was affected by the collar, it limits her from going like 3 miles from us.
Well, more with honey then. We can just ask.
How's Finn with looking on life points?
After a night's rest, he is 21 away from max.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, he's at 219 out of 240.
How much of our life do you think we should offer up?
I mean, I don't know exactly like what form it's gonna take. I don't know if it's health, if it's fatigue. You confident enough in your talking to make a set deal? Kind of looks at all of y'all and then kind of more at Richard. I got like a good handle on Latin, but don't think that firm of one. Sometimes sayings and stuff go over my head. Not that one.
I am admittedly under the same problem.
I can do my best. I mean, if you all die, it's more unfortunate for me as well, so. Motivated at the very least.
Yeah, you're never gonna get the cool story of us kicking the shit out of a whole, like, hidden castle full of undead and a Lich King. if we all die.
Oh, right. That's what you guys are doing, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
The conflicting thoughts. Alright, well, anyway. Sure. Should we wake our sleeping beauty?
Well, I mean, I guess if she's already weakened, probably better to start off on a good foot. Just carry her and get further in.
Can I check their key to see if there's actually somebody sleeping there?
Detecting key, you detect, strangely, Arthur's key.
Okay. Just had
You
to
would
double check. You never know. Last time she appeared here, but was actually in my arms, so.
That's fair. Which, by the way, illusions would still affect your key detection as well.
Fair.
Alright then. Well, I guess we should be going. As he says that, she suddenly stretches out her arms and yawns quite, very cute. Like, very preciously? It's a weird one to formulate into a sentence. Cutely is not a word.
Cutely is.
Adorably.
Cutely is, yes. Very cutely, I guess. Yeah, that works. Adorably, I think, would be the best one, though. Seemingly after about 45 minutes or so, she wakens.
Alright, Arthur. Oh, well, good timing, I guess.
I'm feeling a lot less defiled waking up than I was hoping.
Blinks. Oh, I thought we had that conversation. Did we mislead you? Sorry if I wasn't clear enough.
That was a joke. You're so cute. So just innocent and adorable. Definitely my type.
He just gestures at Richard with the big bear paw.
He sighs and he steps up. Considering everything going on, we've decided to try to make a bargain. But there's not much we know about how this all works, emotions. So, if we were to bargain for your needed sustenance and a conditional leaving without being attacked, how much life force do you think you would need? She looks at you all. Well, you all seem to be much more than your average man. So I think it wouldn't be as rough. I could drain all of you. To the point of unconsciousness, but not death. You'd be left vulnerable, but we could manage. She smiles.
Oh. Oh, there's a lot of dangerous stuff out here. And just because you say you won't kill us doesn't mean something else will. Unless you can keep stuff away.
Why would I do that?
Well, I mean, we wouldn't make the deal if it was going to get us killed.
Then I guess we're both on the same boat. What about our dear friend Arthur? Would he be one of these individuals, or would he just wake up after you're done? She smiles. No, I guess if it was just you five, or four, sorry, I could manage. Depends on how much you trust him, I suppose.
You said he pretty much single-handedly like dealt with most of the stuff you guys fought, right?
Yeah, he's pretty good at it. But that's if he's in good condition when he wakes up.
He'll wake up probably better than ever. She smiles.
Ishtar, out of like frustration where her hints are going, I just seemingly conjures a ball of ice and just distracts herself.
Good roleplay.
And you say if Arthur were to wake up from you leaving him, you would have no memories of any of this?
She shrugs, gives you a smile.
I mean, come on. Be at least like a little helpful here. Trying to cut a nice deal with you, and the only other option is we just haul you deeper into the Can of Forest.
I don't know, I've been liking the way you've been treating me lately.
He just flumps over.
Unfortunately, it is not within my realm of ability to remove any unsettling memories. Though, they'll probably be predominantly subconscious memories.
He's gonna have weird ass dreams.
I would say pleasant dreams. Look, if that's what you guys want, then this is how we're gonna broker our deal. You all surrender enough life force for me to get by, and we all agree here on a non-aggression pact until, I leave.
Not until you leave. That's just the deal. Don't need you coming back for seconds.
Well, like I said, until I leave. I won't be coming back, or at least not at risk of being blown to pieces. Well, at the very least, she can't do anything aggressively to us if she, doesn't leave either, so.
How long will it take for Arthur to wake up after?
I don't know. Maybe immediately. His body does seem quite restless.
Yeah, he didn't really need a lot of sleep.
It's more than that. There's some kind of gnawing hunger or desire inside of him.
Only an ever-persistent wish to murder an entire organization of people.
Well,
Just dropping
always
that bomb on.
Alright.
It's not like she's gonna go
Wait,
anywhere with it.
is it the Inquisition? Because, like, you guys seem to hate them. Like, seems pretty fair.
It's not the Inquisition, it's...
Oh, lame. Those guys are dicks.
No, if anyone has the personal issue with the Inquisition, it's me, and she just points at herself because of this. Everyone else could pass just fine without a problem.
He just, like, hooks the huge claws into the mane and just tugs a whole bunch of, like, extra skin fur. Yeah.
You can at least look human if you want. Some of us have a harder time hiding it without the use of magic. Anyway, the organization he wants has been altering corpses so they are very different from what they are when they started. And they can move on their own, and some are extremely terrifying.
Sounds like a dream.
Sure.
I don't know. That's asking for bad stuff to be a... swaps to Goldarian to say desecrate and then swaps back, messing with the dead.
Yeah.
Angry spirits.
One of them that was mentioned was particularly restless. I think the coffin was at least 10 feet long, and it was telling the crew in their heads to open the coffin.
Ah.
That's the kind of
Gotcha.
stuff they deal in, and that seems to be what he's now turned his anger towards.
Cool. Well, I guess it's important to have your passions. That seems a little grim, though. Anyway, getting him back so he can go do that. Lexi, you've been kind of quiet.
I am trying to follow along as best I can, but it sounds
Alright.
like we've come to a understanding of sorts.
We don't die. She don't die. She gets a meal. We get an Arthur.
I don't know. She might be lying. She might only need one of us. Do you really want to take that risk?
It wouldn't be that much to leave us conscious, right? Even if we're tired.
You have no idea how long I've gone without eating. It's been a long time. But hey, you can just keep roughly dragging me along. I'm starting to get used to this, Collie.
Sharp grimaces.
Plus, those two have particularly strong hands.
I do, thank you.
No, thank you.
Ruins it.
Faint sound of like claws scraping against a ball of ice.
I didn't notice you had claws too.
Her nails are a little bit sharper than the average human claws.
Well, since the average human claws is nails.
Yeah.
I'm just
A
kidding.
little bit longer and a little bit shorter.
It's alright. I can just slowly feed off your friend here until I get my energy back.
How long would that take?
I don't know.
Might be bad from how much energy she's wasting keep casting spells on us.
She should.
Which, don't appreciate.
Well, I'm fighting for my life here.
Really, you seem to be going along with it more than fighting.
No,
Yeah,
the
because I know
starving
you guys
thing.
won't hurt him. I have nothing to fear. So, it's up to you all. Do you accept this deal or don't you? I'm happy either way.
Billa just groans, just hands on face. Dual pressure. Not it.
Not it. Ishtar's not going through with this unless everyone agrees.
Did we not want to add the stipulation that they need to stop when they are full?
I don't know. Can you be full?
I can be full of some things.
He just flops a hand out in her direction. Alright, never mind. It's not worth it.
Or at the very least, gotten enough to where they can leave?
I don't know. She seems very content on just sticking around with us otherwise. Unfortunately, she holds a lot of the power in this negotiation.
Well, if she can't break the deal and kill us, then I'm fine with either way. But I don't want to make that decision for anybody else. Kind of uncomfortable.
I am not as worried about this. I would be fine if we went through a deal.
I'd like to add a stipulation. Can I see the lamp?
She does.
Turns it on and sets it on the ground. Just one small thing afterwards. Make sure you turn this lamp off before you leave. It's a simple ask. Sure. I don't see why that would be a problem. There. Is that satisfactory?
It is for me.
Alright. Just because I'm a little worried, I'm going to reiterate the deals and conditions. You'll drain us all to the point of unconsciousness. And then you will leave Arthur's body. And no one here will hurt another until you leave. She nods. That's correct.
And once you leave, you will shut the door to the lamp.
Before I leave, I will turn this lamp off. Alrighty. She's like, good. Who would like to go first?
May I make a request that I am last?
I will go first. I don't.
He's like halfway to lifting his hands for rock, paper, scissors, and alright.
She looks at you eagerly. So how are we doing this?
We will make it your choice.
Okay.
He vanishes for 6 hours.
Ishtar gives them a bit more privacy and just walks behind a tree. She doesn't need to see this.
She
I'm not having to hear
leaves.
it. She'll do it, but she did make the quest that she's last.
Sure.
I did mention she said something about a kiss before, so like you really might not have. Oh, and there she goes.
She's behind a tree. She's staying close enough that you know she's there, but she's just not in view.
She's so awkward.
You know, I do have to say Alexi's a smart man. If you're gonna do it with a succubus and you're guaranteed to survive. It's a rare opportunity.
We're sorry, Alex.
I want my character to live.
Don't worry, the
Right.
2 Viking dudes have no problem taking one for the team now that their security is assured. And both of them have made it clear, like, oh yeah, no, Payne's chill.
You all pay the price in one way or another. For those a little less willing, a passionate kiss is all that's necessary.
Serena's never gonna believe this one.
You think Ishtar's gonna tell her this?
Redvin's finally gonna have white hair like the rest of the fam.
Yeah. And once you all get to a point, she does finish everything with a kiss, because that's the only way she can guarantee you won't die. And
Reasonable.
you find that your strength leaves you, and you fall unconscious.
No, not all 11 of it.
As she lays Ishtar down, she, in a very strange fashion, leaps to the side, leaving Arthur's body behind, as you suddenly snap out of it like you were in a massive daydream. You see your allies all laying about, and you see the succubus standing there. It was a great time, really.
I'm confused.
Well, you can join them.
No.
Oh, come on. It'd be fine. Just look at
You-
their faces. She motions over to Lexi.
You,
I immediately thought of the Snoo Snoo episode of Futurama. That's what like flashed up.
Yeah. Looking this all over, he summons the guns.
Okay.
Arthur, she has plenty of holes already.
I don't know what happened, but I suggest you leave.
Oh, yeah, or what?
I'll shoot you.
Try. Sounds like fun.
Oh no, Finn said that too.
He tries.
You attempt to aim your gun, but you lose all ability to pull the trigger.
Hmm.
Come on.
Tries a few more
all
times.
over me.
Okay.
You
Jesus
try.
Christ.
Unfortunately, the most you do is get an errant shot that flies up through the canopy.
Seeing that he can't, just unsummons them.
No, you put the toys away.
Swear to God.
Everyone else had to deal with it. It's your turn.
I don't want to.
Too bad.
Alright. What the fuck happened here?
She tells you in explicit detail.
Okay. Alright. Okay, gets to a point he's like, okay, I can.
You know too much about everybody present.
Yeah. Did she explain the deal?
Yes.
All right. All right then. Turn off that lantern. Just get the fuck out.
No,
Why?
I don't have to leave. I figured I'd get to know you all just a little bit better.
How?
Well, conversation is a good start. I hear some men like that.
Not in this instance.
One of your friends seemed more than eager to make a new friend.
Good for
Another
them.
seemed more than willing for my company.
Weird, but good for them. I'm not like that. I don't give a shit.
Oh, well then I guess you won't mind.
You also have hands that can turn off lamps.
That too. I was planning to do that though. So, all right. As he just walks over to the lamp and snuffs it.
As you do so, everyone wakes up incredibly groggy. By the way, everyone has one presence point at this moment. Besides Arthur. And you have an all-action penalty equal to the amount of presence lost.
Pinwheel immediately just like rolls over and just like with the big paw like grips the front, just over his face. Minutes. In Goldaria though, so he just like unintelligible grumbles.
Ishtar's like holding her head like she's got a headache.
Oof, that negative 64.
That also applies to all your resistances as well.
Good to know.
She just goes over and sits on Finwith's side as he's laying there. Gently pats him. Oh, poor baby.
More muttered words, but like slides right and then just nah, he's not moving. This is probably worse than any hangover he's ever had. Just in terms of how exhausted.
Oh, I just want to coddle him and scritch him and all kinds of fun things.
I wish I could fucking shoot you right now. That's all I want.
Me too, just not with bullets.
Oh, Arthur. Oh, Alex. You were made to hurt.
He just checks over everybody, makes sure they're fine.
They're all
That's what happened, but,
mostly fine.
yeah.
And we'll end it at that point in the session.
Oh, I have to come back to that.
Oh no, we still got 20 more minutes.
I think it's a good point to stop and digest everything that's happened. Pick up again next week. So let's do some experience. Everyone is still a bit quiet. For a general interpretation, I'm sorry. I'll give you guys 25 experience points for the incredibly awkward session.
That's the worst way to level up. Pussy's so good, I'm level 8.
Man, fucking that succubus gave you just enough experience, didn't you? She said she could teach us some things.
I swear to fucking God.
25 experience well gained. What can
Ow! And we used a bit too long.
3 experience for being here. No difficult actions, no good ideas. Actually, no, I'll reward you guys. I think the ritual was a really good idea. I think you guys had gotten everything ready for it, but unfortunately, it's just like a small stipulation stopped you. So, 5 experience points for that, for everyone.
Thank you, Suzanne. It would have been perfect. Alas. But writing all your spells down paid off, so.
True.
Hell yeah.
No segment closure. Player awards.
Well, we know who's getting the pity award.
Yeah. Face award I will award to Finwith. And the utility award I'll award to Ishtar. And the pity award goes to poor Arthur, who got to do nothing all session, but just listen to how we talk and interact with your possessed form. It happens to everyone.
Yeah.
Beyond that, any nominations and or kudos?
Kudos to Lexi. He was ready to just, fucking go for it. It's like,
Yeah.
your choice.
For taking the opportunity, go ahead, Alexi. Ill afforded to most men.
I really like the conversation between Finwith and the succubus.
I agree.
The somewhat touch-starved Finwith and a succubus got along splendidly together. Who knew?
Their whole bonding moment over John.
Dog.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I was fucking horrified. Yeah, no, even before the whole 3 years of homelessness and wandering alone, yeah, Finwood doesn't really have a sense of personal space. So.
But now he knows to avoid Doc at all costs.
Yeah, no, but at the same time, just bundle the guy up in a big blanket and just give him a hug.
Kudos to the GM. It was bad enough with us as players. I can only imagine how bad it was on your end.
No, fuck him. He did this. He knew this was here.
You did.
I'd like to give another one to Alex.
Okay, you can have kudos for that. That was good.
I'd like to give another one to Alex. We asked for consent and it ended up happening anyway.
Yeah.
What happens?
He said, he'd rather if he didn't have to.
Yeah. Last resort, I want my character to live, but also, at least Arthur's doing a big yada 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 on this. This ain't coming up again.
You were shapeshifted the whole time. It's fine. It wasn't
I don't
even
wanna
you.
think
It
about
wasn't even. Shh. Just ignore the key. And then kudos to Ishtar's absolute disgust and abhorrence for her the whole time.
Secondary pity award, sure. Here you go, Ishtar.
Posing energy to Finwith. Lexi's just in the middle, I don't know what the issue is here.
I think what made it worse for Ishtar is females are not her type. And she was extremely uncomfortable at the idea.
Fair enough.
Not
You're
that she was
missing out on
saying
half
that
the
out
world's selection of masterpieces.
Ishtar is well aware of that, and she's very happy with her decision. Especially considering what she just came across.
It's not for everyone, and it's
Ishtar will stay Ishtar.
at least she knows what she wants, even if it disappoints Radovan. Could be worse, could be Serena. Lumberjacks.
I'm sorry, guys. I feel guilty with the fact that this is just part of Arthur's story now.
So sad. It's alright,
To
he's...
be fair, you guys didn't have to go that far, so I won't take all the blame for it.
Fair.
Unfortunately, roleplay demands.
Never thought I'd have to answer the what would my character do in this situation by doing the succubus.
Poor Ripley didn't get any violence tonight.
No.
Any other nominations and our kudos?
No, just more pity nods towards Alex for having to sit through this entire session listening to these conversations.
And a huge pity award to any listeners.
Yeah,
That's true.
this was a rough
You guys
session.
are the real heroes. Yeah, it's just one of those unfortunate scenarios of roleplay. Like, if a player gets possessed in a session, like, I have very few other targets. So if that's gonna happen, it's gotta be a player.
No, it's the worst part. The experience I gained this session got me to 1269.
Nice.
Nice. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream right now. I'm actually really tired after that session. Not gonna lie, it took a lot of energy out of me.
Us too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going around.
But thank you all so much for watching. If you have not already, please follow, get more amazing content like this. Oh, apparently we had XQC Best Stream follow during the stream. Thank you so much.
Your taste is kind of sus, but alright.
That's
We'll
fair.
take it.
I can't guarantee content like this in the future. No, actually, I can guarantee it won't happen again.
I meant their name. Not our stream.
Of course, it's an XQC viewer. Follows during that.
Yeah. But all of you have a great night. Say goodbye, everyone, as we lick our wounds and finish.
Bye bye.
Bye.